Fin Du Monde, the end of the world. Sometimes I wonder how the rest of the world's going to be next year. It really seems like a complete mess considered dirty laundry. I do fear what lies ahead of the road, but I do not dwell on what previously happened. I can only look forward to what life can bring. Will it be happiness? It surely can be. That's if I change my mindset without hoping. We surely do endure a lot of pain to us being human, but we can change that pain into strength if we choose to ignore the fear behind it. My choices in life always put me in a world of hurt, emotionally and physically. Even though I felt like I had lost, in reality, I never did. I'm still here, right? A simple question could be answered with simple logic, but that doesn't mean an emotional story should be covered up. I won't be walking down a road with an emotional spew. I'll be going on a journey to find a new me, a place where I can rest my head and feel comfortable with my surroundings. Peace is what we'll call it. Every journey deserves a wonderful beer to take with while you trek through the hardships of the earthly terrains. All I know is two things that can make me feel complete on a rainy day: good beer and a hot meal. I'm not really picky when it comes to certain type of beers, and I could drink whatever, whenever. I just would prefer some excellence when it comes down to the brew. Something that can open my eyes and draw my taste buds into oblivion. Very hard to find a drink with that kind of quality and character. It's rare. And here I present, by Unibrew, Fin Du Monde, aka the end of the world. A Belgian-style triple ale that sits at 9% ABV, served in an amber bottle with silver aluminum foil as presentation. Simplistic design around the bottle, nothing fancy besides the foil. The image in the middle represents the country Quebec. This is where Unibrew was founded. Now, the name doesn't set out to be destruction of the world. It's just based on European explorers that believe they reached the end of the world when they arrived in North America. A new world with meaningful beginnings. The brew pours out a dark golden shade, a bit cloudy with a tremendous amount of white head, roughly about 2 to 3 fingers. It clouds up like a rainy day but settles down mildly without any stress. Also, it has good retention. The aroma carries a little like spice, a bit estery and malt-like. The taste is unusual. Something I never had before. Very difficult to explain, but I get a taste of peach, apricot, orange, and a bit of spice. It could possibly be coriander since it's very common in Europe to use them in Belgian ales. The palate is very smooth, rich and creamy, with a medium mouthfeel. I have to say, this is one of the smoothest triple IPA I've ever had. It's very wet and rubs my tongue with little dryness. Also, you can't even taste a single drop of alcohol. It swishes around your mouth like fruit juice. The finish follows through with a tense amount of spice and a flake of bitterness. It's surprisingly spicy after a few hits that it soothes the throat with a tingly feeling. It doesn't stay around long enough, but it's welcome to. I have to say, whoever invented this recipe deserved 9 lives. The brew's on another level. Such a high caliber it has me craving for more, and one was good enough to put my soul in a tranquil state. This beer is truly remarkable. It reminds me of pussy. I can't help myself to have another, so I will. But this time I won't be drinking it alone. I'll be pairing it up with some food, seafood especially. A beer like this deserves to be paired up. Beer pairing ain't in my blood, but it's something new I want to get used to. I'm more of a get drunk type, plow through a meal, then pass out. I find doing it that way brings out my pickiness, so it's time for a change. Atlantic salmon it is. I'm gonna season this little swarm with some salt, black pepper, and some cognac to spice things up. I'll be cooking this on a pan with some olive oil, then basting it with some unsalted butter. I already have some chopped up garlic, but I'm missing the honey and lime. Oh well, shit happens. I never paired salmon with beer before, so this will be my first. It's a first for everything, right? I used to love eating salmon and I've calmed down over the years since it's so goddamn expensive. I would rather just stick to my fried chicken and rice diet. It is cheap and delicious. Something I never complain about but always enjoy. The simplicity of certain foods is just enough for me, even if it's just a bag of french fries and ketchup. I don't seek out expensive meals and drinks unless I'm really in the mood. And today I am. A day off in the sunshine with a great tasting beer. What can possibly go wrong? The only thing that could possibly go wrong if I were to get attacked by a grizzly bear and that big fucker takes my last piece of salmon away, then I can no longer pair anything together. Now, diving into the sweet, tasty salmon is like diving into your first bite of ice cream on a hot day. It melts into your mouth with a delicate, oily, fishy taste. A bit spicy, but almost perfect. The brew matches decently and washes your throat well and doesn't leave much residue for the next bite. It's a bit weird for me, but it's doable. I feel like the honey and lime would have made a huge difference, but it's okay to make mistakes. It was still a good meal and I enjoyed it. This tasty meal just justified my whole day. I couldn't ask for more. I got a belly full of fish and a load of quality beer. Better count my blessings while I still got him. We'll ever know when things will turn south and I won't be able to enjoy the simplicity of things again. All I know right now, this beer's got me buzzing. It's drowning my capabilities faster than a hummingbird can flap its wings. My body feels heavy and my dopamine levels are reaching the highest peak of Everest. The feels are a bit drowsy, but like every drunk person would say, I'm good, when they're usually not. It's a pretty intense feeling. It feels like someone just slipped THC extract into it and now I'm swimming with the fishes. It's not my usual buzz. It's like a beer version of indica. I could top a 12% German beer and it wouldn't hit like this. This beer makes me less of a party animal. Is there some type of equilibrium here with alcohol? It could just be me, but I already stepped on this a few times and the results were the same. Sleepy. Now, I wonder if I were to drink more, could it possibly change the outcome? The most I ever had was 2 of these in one session and got me sleeping on the floor like a college kid. Let's see what 3 more can do. I already had 2 prior to this, so it'll be a total of 5 under 2 hours. First off, these beers should never be drank straight from bottles. It's just way too much carbonation and ruins everything. That just makes me want to yak. What you need to do is pour it in a cup, let it settle, then enjoy. I sat on one of these beers for 40 minutes before and it never lost carbonation nor flavor. So you're good to enjoy them as long as you can, but in this situation I won't be. This will be an experience. That's what I would call it. I might have to down a few more to see what kind of portal I can enter afterwards. It might not be a pretty one, especially in the woods. Don't grow up to be like me. I look like a dead fish laying in the creek that just showed up on shore. This beer will surely knock you out like Mike Tyson's classical punch-out game. It's not to be fucked with. Just a few brews, enjoy the rest of your day, and don't end up like this. Being hard is one thing, but being knocked out cold in your boxers is another.